Hi, my name is Chris Ryan and you've joined me here at the Belfry. We are on the putting green and I've got some very special guests on my channel today. I've got Andy and Piers from MeandMyGolf.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Gents, thank you very much for spending some time with me today. We are on the putting green, as I said, and what we're going to do is, as there's three of us in the video, I thought we'd use this as a great chance to give you three putting tips. So something from myself, something from Andy, something from Piers, and if you can put all those into your putting stroke, you will hopefully take less putts.
Hopefully.
Oh, hopefully.
Right. Who's going to go first?
I'll go first, shall I?
Go for it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, it's a setup one, and what I like to see people when they're putting, if they can get the shaft of the putter running up the lead arm, the lead forearm, I think that really does help on how you can stabilize and control the rotation you have in the club face. Okay, so whether you think the face should rotate or not in the stroke is open to opinion, but often we see people when they're hitting full shots, they'll see that the shaft is low and they can create all the wrist cock and the turning of the club face. But unfortunately, when they go to the putt, they don't really change that angle too much, and they still have the ability to rotate the club a bit too much.
You will see all too often, don't we, golfers set up to a putt like they're hitting a 6-iron or a 7-iron, hands quite low, and like you said, that actually encourages wrist action, and we want to discourage it.
Yeah, of course. So literally, when I'm hitting this putt, then it's a little bit of left to right. I'm cack-handed when I hold it, so left hand below right. So from there, running the shaft up the forearm, right hand goes on to finish off the grip, and from there pull the trigger, and hopefully we have a left to right putt which goes close to going in.
A bit of a bobble, but it's had a good chance.
Just fell off.
Pretty
there,
good.
But you definitely feel like I can control the club face from there when that shaft is running up the arm.
Absolutely. I agree. Excellent. Andy.
Proudman.
Right. Okay. So something I see so many golfers do is when they have a practice stroke, they see a lot of other people having practice strokes, so they think, well, okay, I need to have one, but they actually waste it. So they do a sort of couple of waggles here, and you know, it generally doesn't do anything for them. So I think what you guys can do at home is really make sure that your practice stroke is purposeful. So what I like to get my students to do is take their setup and have a practice stroke and ask the question, is that swing going to produce the distance that you want for that putt? Now, if the first one is no, then have another one and just, you know, have another go at just trying to get that perfect practice swing that's going to produce that perfect putt. As soon as you get it, walk in, go with the same feeling and just see if you can replicate that practice swing, and hopefully you've got a much better chance of knock it in and like that.
Oh, look at that.
He learned from yours. He learned from yours.
I really like that though as well, because we see so many people who, when they hit putts, you know, the practice stroke they have doesn't really mean anything, but actually it could actually harm them from the point of view that they're actually practicing a stroke which isn't relative to the putt they're about to hit.
Absolutely, they're making it harder for themselves almost, aren't they?
Definitely on some longer putts as well. Let's say a 40-50 footer. I see people doing 40-50 footer and doing this. I think, well, okay, well, how's that going to help your 40-50 footers? So, you know, take that into consideration on the long ones, but certainly on the short ones as well.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right, two excellent ones there. So my tip is something you can do at setup just before you move the putter away, and this is something I picked up from Ricky Fowler, which he does this and he explains very well why he does that. So what he does, he takes his normal address position, and then just before he sort of pulls the trigger, if you like, he raises that putter just about 1 millimetre off the ground. Now when you watch him on TV you don't even see this, but if you ever get a close-up you'll see that putter will just lift about 1 millimetre off the ground. And what he says that does for him is it really starts to get him to hold the putter lighter, which we'd like golfers to do, you know, get that grip pressure reduced. And also it makes sure that he's not leaning or resting on that putter. And we do see quite a lot that golfers often at setup, they will lean on the putter, not consciously, but they'll lean on that putter, and when they try and take it away, they snatch that club away, and it really affects the tempo and the rhythm. So really quite a simple one. Take your starting position, just before you're about to move the putter away, raise it 1 millimetre off the ground, and then just hopefully roll that ball in from there.
Ooh.
Not quite as good a putt as Andy's.
There's a little bit left.
That's something I do in my game, and it really does help.
Yeah,
1 out of 3.
Yeah.
1 out of 3, not bad.
Excellent. So there's 3 things there, guys. If you can implement those into your putting game, you will hopefully hold a few more putts and lower those scores. So some great tips. Thank you very much to these guys for spending some time with me and producing, I should say, some great content today. Try those tips and hopefully you'll put well. Thanks again to these, and we'll see you again soon.